Someday I'm going to be able to do that thing, and then it's over for you bitches. Hello, fellow white wanderers. So, after the previous makeup video, if you would call it that, I had a little conversation on my Instagram with someone, and it was like this discussion about all these makeup artists and uh, people who are profiting off of the makeup industry, and how they often claim to talk about the dangers of it, and the way that, like, institutionally and systematically it's just generating these new uh, you know beauty standards and propagating them further. And obviously, like, the more filters you use, the more different sorts of lighting you use, the more you give like hacks to uh, I don't know, hide your spots and blemishes and acne and whatnot. Obviously, it doesn't matter how much you talk about the dangers of it. If you're still doing it, you're still propagating it further, right? So then we started talking about, like, what it really, like, genuinely means to do makeup for fun. Like, what would it mean if you were doing makeup for fun and actually meant that in a genuine way? And like dressing up, how, when you're dressing up for fun, like for yourself, how do you know when it's genuine, right? So with makeup, we were thinking about, like, all the cosplayers and stuff who would, like, completely uh, like do a makeover and become a different character, and it's very obviously just for fun. you know I don't think they're spreading a beauty standard by painting their face purple and stuff. So, talked to a few other people. They said that they liked my approach in the previous video, and they would like to see more of that. I did a poll as well. So before anyone says, who wants to see this? At least one person. There were 9 actually. At least 9 people. So, what I'm going to try to do today is draw something on my face, and the catch is I don't know how to do that, but I will manage. The other thing is I'm only using my mother's makeup, which comes in a lot of shades ranging from brown to a different shade of brown. As before, I have these two brushes. One is smaller, one is slightly bigger. Both probably need to be washed, but who has the time? We've got Kajal. Good, that can come in handy. We've got brown Kajal, more brown Kajal, um, another brown Kajal. Okay, never mind. White Kajal. Is it still called Kajal, or, like, is it, like, is it only Kajal if it's black and then the rest of the time it's eyeliner? Because I don't know, when I say eyeliner, I think of, like, the thing you put on top of the eye, not like below the eye. This is the thing you put below the eye, but, like, you can put it anywhere, I guess, right? Also, this blue eyeliner, which I will need to. Is it working? Oh, it worked this time, yeah. Which I will have to sharpen. So, as it stands right now, I don't know what I'm going to draw with these colors, but I also have lipsticks to color stuff in. We've got this. It's a good shade. It's like, yeah, still cannot do that. It's like a red. Did you see it? Okay. It's not red. I understand. It's called rust. Have rust. Okay, close enough. It's red. It's one of the reds. This is one of the peaches. Peach? What would you call that color? Soft nude. Like last time, I have a drink. This one is definitely brown. It's just brown. It's a dark brown, maybe a maroonish brown. What is it? Cocoa shot. Look at that. Aren't those two like the same shade? They're the same shade. Now, again, I don't know what I'm going to draw, but I have a bit of an inspiration with my dress. So I think I'm going to draw like flowers with the soft nude lipstick, and maybe the rust one. Yes. Where will I draw them? Good question that I'm just now asking myself. Like here? Maybe? Okay. I've taken off my glasses, so I can't see anything, which is, I think, the third challenge of this entire makeup thing. I have a mirror, and I have terrible lighting. Okay, first I'm going to put Kajal in my eyes because it makes me feel good about myself. I dropped the Kajal. This is so embarrassing. You know, I should like really be studying right now, like I have assignments due and whatnot. But no, this is what I'm choosing to do right now. I don't even do makeup that much, so clearly this is just me trying to procrastinate and acting like I'm on some sort of mission to make myself feel better about it. I'm just normalizing the way that people usually look. No, I'm not. I'm just procrastinating on all of my assignments. Now I will draw flowers over here with one of these several brown pencils. I think I like this one. It has a sharpener inside it. Yes. Okay. I don't know how to draw a flower. These like barely look, these are so unstructured. I can't do that and then pretend it's a flower. Everyone will know I'm a fraud. I'll do the cloud things that we did as children. This feels hazardous and something that I shouldn't be allowed to do. I have a very sharp pencil and it's very near my eyes. And it's me holding it. I suppose it'll have to do. Okay. Do I draw it on both sides? I'm not drawing it on both sides. I'm drawing it on only one. Because who has the time to do it on both sides? And it looks good on one side, like wearing just one earring. Like, okay, so I see men wearing one earring. Okay, this is like the weirdest gender binary. I think, like, you know, when people try to break out of gender binaries and they just enter a new kind of gender binary, I think we should call it like gender re-binary or something. Because like men started wearing earrings, but they were wearing like one stud on only one ear, and then if someone was wearing like them on both ears, then like the other men would make fun of it. And then sometimes I would go out with just one earring because I thought it looked cool. And then people would ask me, "Oh, did you drop your earring somewhere?" No, I didn't. It's fashion. How do you not understand that? I will use this sort of bigger brush. Even as I said, it seems to be like a bad idea. I will start with the lighter color and then I will put the darker color on top. I have lost the lighter color. I found it. And then afterwards I can put something like an eyeshadow. So what has happened now is some of the lines have gone all over the place. Okay, they're not like the I mean, you can tell like something is wrong there. I think like that's the point, right? This is done, and I lost the cap. Oh, it's here. And I will draw the lines again. Why do I keep losing everything? Okay. Now I have picked up like the darker shade, but I don't actually know what to do with it. I don't even know how to draw like on paper. Because it sort of looks like that. I think if I go in front of my parents right now, they will think that I've burnt myself near the eye somehow, and it would be believable. So like I understand. But the question is, if I'm drawing flowers and I want them to start to be recognized as flowers, what can I do about that matter? I could put like little dots in between, right? The thing of the flowers that is in between. I failed biology one time, 2 times. I have made mistakes. I've corrected mistakes. The idea with this is that the worst that can happen is that you will look bad, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing that bad about looking bad. Well, the worst that can happen is you will have an allergic reaction actually. So if it starts to burn, remove it, and if it's still burning, go to a skin doctor or something. Makeup responsibly. I have an idea. I will use the blue eyeliner to draw like little petals. No, not petals. To draw little leaves. Because leaves are green and blue is the closest color to that I have right now. I'm going to use the small brush now. Guess what happened to the small brush? I lost it. Okay. You don't owe it to anyone to look good or like to look any certain way. I think it's like almost rebellious to just not look good, because you're nobody's showpiece. You have worth as a person who's just existing. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to have any talents. You don't have to, I don't know, be smart or be productive or whatever for you to have worth as an individual, you know. And you certainly don't need to know how to draw leaves, as you can see. So yeah, like with beauty standards, obviously you need to destroy the idea that there's only a certain kind of look or certain kinds of features which are like acceptable and beautiful. But more importantly, I think you need to think, why is there such a need to be beautiful in the first place? What is it? What purpose is it serving at all? Okay, this is about as good as it gets, which is pretty good if you ask me. And I'm going to put something over here now, and I don't know what. Maybe this. Yeah, this. It's the rust thing. Okay, look, the other one, right? This other sugar thing is called take over. right? Like takeover. So it's a pun. So that means that this must also be a pun. And it's either rust have or oh, it's rust like must have, but it's rust have. Okay, I got it now. I think it looks good. I'll just do the same to the other eye. Maybe someday I'll be able to do this for like cosplay and stuff, like all the school people do, you know. Nice. Okay, my hair is a mess because I washed it today. Okay, if you wash your hair, it becomes a mess. If you don't wash your hair, it becomes a mess. Is that all? That will be all. Ah, my lips are too dry, and I think I pulled at it, and it's bleeding now. Who needs lipstick when you can just have extremely dry lips that are forever painted red with your own blood? Okay, so as promised, there are not going to be any filters or any attempt at better lighting. This is just what you get, okay? And you can imagine what it looks like in sunlight or whatever. I think it looks pretty, and I will, when I'm editing this, like put over here what my parents' reaction was and whether they thought that I have indeed burnt my face. But I'm feeling hopeful about this. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more stuff like this, then comment that below or give other suggestions of things you'd like to see. Maybe I'm going to be having some more time now because I quit a thing that was bringing me nothing but misery and disrespect. So I have more time now. Yeah. See you around more than usual. Bye.